And last time we talked, you were preparing to release Come See Me Tonight. And now we have a brand new freaking album out. So really the upwards trajectory is continuing. One might say you're up next.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely moving. I'm trying to move in that, you know. I definitely think I have something to offer to music, and I mean, I think my album is a pretty good representation of that. It's fairly varied. It's rooted in R&B, but there's some variation there. There's a little something there for everybody. So
Yeah, so I actually want to talk to you about your sound a little bit. So for someone who's just listening to this, who's coming to the show, who might not be familiar with your work, how would you describe your kind of sonics and your artistry?
yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I get a lot of people asking like, oh, like you sing, but like you also rap a little bit, and like you play in between like different genres and stuff. And I feel like for a while I kind of struggled with the answer to that question, but then eventually I just kind of all centered it back to black music. I think that like black music is super diverse and it's very nuanced. It's like everything, and it's everything all at once. Like me personally, I never want to be pigeonholed
Mhm.
to one genre. Although I do think that a lot of what I do is rooted in R&B. The word R&B in itself is so expansive. When you look at someone like Prince, he was the perfect example of someone who could like really stretch and kind of take what we know as R&B and kind of just bend it to his will. So yeah, that's kind of my goal, just to stay fluid and just make really good music.
Definitely. So, how do you feel now that the album's been released? I feel like actually, you know what? I want to tell you a little story. So
Okay.
we shot an episode kind of just about the announcement and the artists on the lineup, and we were
Mhm.
basically going through describing every artist. And one thing I said about you is I was like, I feel like just from watching him from a while ago, I think I've been following you now for like over a year, is I feel like you are a true perfectionist and you really only release perfection. And I think there's even been a few times where, you know, you might have had a delay or something and you were like upset about it or something. And I was like, no, like that's the right thing to do. Wait until it's perfect. So
Yeah.
are my assumptions correct?
They are definitely correct. Occasionally it's to my detriment,
I feel
but
you.
yeah, I'm super particular about what I release into the world. Like I mean, for me, it's gonna live forever, and I just don't want to go back and think, damn, what if I did do this? What if I didn't do this? So yeah, I mean, I just take what I do very seriously. So
Hmm.
that's kind of
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think Matt, you probably agree. Anything that has like my name on it personally is going to be 110% flawless. So I definitely respect the hustle and the like honor to your craft.
Totally agreed. Curious, how long have you been working on your latest project?
Yeah, so I kind of started working on it maybe last June. Like I had an entirely different album that I was like working on like through the pandemic. I think I got maybe like 25 to 30 songs in, and I kind of just had like this really huge shift and ended up scrapping all of it. So yeah, it kind of, the restart kind of happened like last June, and we started to kind of tie things up, I think, towards the end of December. And then I signed my deal in January. So then we've kind of just been making it work since then.
Let's talk about the deal because last time we chatted, you certainly didn't have a Shure M7 XLR microphone in front of you. We've got some upgrades. What is this deal? Is it a record deal, publishing deal?
Yeah. So I'm signed to Viper Records. It's an independent label based out of New York here. Um, Salute to Mecca. He saw me on Instagram sometime last year. I was just uploading a bunch of different videos, and I kind of like did this thing over Jay-Z's Imaginary Players, and I put like an Instagram ad on it, and it went where it went. And I remember I remember a lot of the comments were like a lot of like old men who like love Jay-Z, who were just like, oh, like you can't do this, like this is sacrilege, like Jay-Z would. And I was just like, yo, man, like leave me alone, this is not why I did this. But aside from that, it somehow reached Mecca's eyes, and he saw something, and thankfully, we were able to get to the place that we're at right now. So, yeah, salute to Viper Records for sure.
That's awesome. That actually brings up a good question just for a lot of our independent artists listeners. Has your experience in music and releasing music professionally, has it increased in a positive manner since signing? Like, do you recommend people sign to an independent label?
I'd say for me, it's worked. It's definitely been an adjustment just because I'm not used to having to I guess answer to as many people, just because like before, prior to signing, if I wanted to put a song out, I'm going to DistroKid and I'm just going to put it out. But now there's other things that need to be put in place. I have a publicist, and just all of these things that I guess I kind of neglected or just didn't think about prior to signing. So it's been an adjustment in that way. But also my deal is a favorable one. I still own all my masters. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very there's not a lot of risk involved, so that was important on my end. But I mean, if for other independent artists who labels may be reaching out to them, I would just say proceed with caution, but also do what's right for you and your family, I think.